All right, so now I believe that sufficient number of students have joined, and now we can start. So can you guys please confirm me again if you guys can hear me properly and my video and the screen sharing, everything is okay. Can you guys please confirm me through the chat? All right, it's okay. So okay, so let me just have a brief introduction of myself that I am SBL faculty here at IQ School of Finance, and this is our second batch, and now we are going to wrap up our second batch, that is for the June 2025, with this grand revision session. So I'll be trying to cover as much as possible through this revision session so that you can have a great preparation and the best attempt of your SBL exam ahead, right? So need one favor from your side that if you guys could give me a suggestion that should we keep this session in English or you guys would be more comfortable in Urdu, and then I will tell you that what would be my preference. So I'm waiting for you guys. Can you guys give me the suggestion? There are 12 participants right now in the meeting and no answer yet. Urdu, English. Guys, I would appreciate if you guys could give me your suggestion that what would how it would be more comfortable for you guys. Okay, so what I have been thinking that see, your exam is going to be in English, right? So it is better that we would keep this session in English because you would be in a state of mind right now from this exact moment, and you would be carrying this momentum or the English mindset in the exam as well. So it would be beneficial for you guys. That is why I would prefer to keep this session in English, and maybe we would have some sort of audience here who would not be able to understand Urdu or Hindi. So that is why I would be more inclined toward keeping this session in English. And I hope that it would be okay with you all, right? So yes, so far only one saying requesting for the Urdu, and the other people are saying that English or maybe both would work. So okay, let us start now. Gani, I would request you to please, maybe you need to leave the meeting and then rejoin it. Maybe then you can hear it. Because up till now, can you guys confirm me that you guys are able to hear me properly? Gani, please leave and join the meeting again so that maybe the issue would be resolved. So before moving towards the revision session, let me tell you one thing that I am expecting that you guys would have done two things before joining this session. The number one thing is that you guys would have gone through the pre-scene document by yourself, or you would have watched the pre-scene analysis video lecture, right? And the other thing is that you, if you guys know that I have shared the playlist related to the important topic, those are expected, or this is my educated guess that these would be tested in your June 2025 attempt, right? So I'm hoping that you guys have covered these area so that you would have a great and the fruitful session. It's not that if someone has not covered these two things would be blank or this session would not be beneficial for it. So let me discuss the agenda first with you, that we have this agenda item that we would be going through these topics one by one, and we would try to discuss these topics, that what could be the possible question. First we would be revising these topics quickly, and then we would be discussing that what kind of question could be tested from these topics, and what are the possible answer or the solution which we can predict from right now looking from the PC. So starting from the Pestel analysis, our very first topic, and let me just make it rulers, and then here we can start. So for the Pestel analysis, we all know that what does mean by Pestel. P stand for political, economical, sociological, or maybe social, ecological, and then we have the legal. All right. So I just need the active participation from you guys as well. That just tell me that for what analysis, for what type of analysis we use the Pestel model. Quickly in the chat. Which type of analysis we do through the Pestel model? Yes, correct. As asked. And what? Yes, Hunain, excellent. Yes, Fatma, great. Yes, so the Pestel analysis, it is used to do the external environment analysis. But can we be more specific? That in external environment, we have two kind of environment. One is the country environment and the other is the industry environment. So either country or the industry. No, Fatma, not industry analysis. For industry analysis, we have the Porter 5 forces model. For the Pestel, it is the country analysis. Okay. And the other thing, we have the and the other names which are used for the country analysis. What do we call? Yes, Hunain, correct. Yes, Azaz, excellent. Okay. We have the other name of this Pestel analysis, the analysis of the macro environment. All right. We have another name for this Pestel. Quickly, guys. I need all of you to participate. We have the other name with this, the general environment analysis. Why I'm telling you guys these things, you would be thinking that sir, we need to revise the model, because see, revising the model is as important as to know that for by which name or by which terminologies the examiner asks this model to you to apply, right? So examiner has in past has asked this Pestel analysis by the name of country analysis, macro environment analysis, or the general environment analysis. All right. So now let us discuss one by one the contents of the Pestel analysis. We have number one, political aspect. So I need you to participate and describe that what are the factors which we consider in the political aspect. Quickly, guys, we have only 2 hours and we will try to cover as much as possible. Okay, good, Hasnain, Hunain, good. Azaz, no, no. See, in political environment, we look towards the government, our policymakers, and the status of the government. We talk about the stability of the political environment. We talk about the stability of the political policies which are made by the government, right? If there are political uncertainty in the environment, then we would be saying that the political environment is not favorable or it is unfavorable for us, for our company. And since we have gone through the pre-scene, I would like you to comment that what is the status of the political environment in our company or in our industry. In Lukeland, what is the environment? Is it the unfavorable or favorable? Guys, we have We have 12 participants and only 2 or 3 are participating in the chat. Yes. Excellent, Azaz. Stable, yes. So those who are saying the environment is stable, they are correct. Those who are saying it is favorable, they are correct. Because in the very first paragraph, it was written that the Lukeland has a stable and the well-established political environment. So it is favorable. All right. So let me write it here. It is favorable. Now let's move towards the economical environment. And now for the economical environment, what are the factors we are looking towards for the economical environment? Yes, I'm waiting for you guys. For the economical factor, what are the factors we look for in the environment to evaluate the economical environment of the country? We look for, yes, Ali Kareem, correct, correct. Azaz, excellent. We look for the economic downturn, upturn, disposable income, inflation, interest rate. Excellent, Hunain. Yes. So, as per the information given in the pre-scene, what you guys think? The economical environment of the Lukeland, is it favorable or the unfavorable? Yes, please. Someone is saying unfavorable. The other one also saying unfavorable. Kudus is also saying unfavorable. Yes, it is unfavorable because we have analyzed it that the economy is going towards the downturn. People are facing the decrease in their disposable income, right? So it is unfavorable. Correct. Excellent. Yes, yes. Ex Correct, Kudus. Now the social environment. Come on, guys. I need you all to tell me that what are the factors we look for the social environment. How we evaluate the social environment. In social environment, employee, customer, supplier. Um, don't you think that we look at the general public, their lifestyle, their preferences, the trends, right? So we look at the lifestyle, preferences, trends, passion, consciousness, skilled labor or unskilled labor. Yes, we also look at the skill level of the people. So it is all about the people and the social environment of the, because social is about the people. So we look for the social aspect. So as per the scenario, what do you guys think? The social environment of the Lukeland, what is it? Is it favorable or unfavorable? Okay, guys, please, please. I need you all to be very quick so that we can cover as much as possible. I have one a way that I would be doing one way communication. I would be saying everything, but that won't be beneficial. It People are saying favorable, favorable. Yes, favorable, favorable. Why? Can you guys please give me a reason why are you guys saying that it is favorable? Skill level high. Okay, good. But I need one more thing. Fashion changes rapidly. Yes. And the other thing as well, it is connected to this. I have seen it in pre-scene. because it is a developed country. But if it is developed, what will happen? Can you please make it a bit more specific, Kudus? There is a thing that people are saying, people are changing their shoes rapidly, even if their disposable income are low. It was written in the pre-scene. Customer are being price conscious. This is something else. It was written that the customer are fashion as well as the price conscious. Yes, it was written, but here it doesn't fit somehow. So favorable it is, because we have the high level of the skill labor as well, and also the people are fashion conscious in our country. People are changing their shoes regularly, right, with the high frequency. Okay, so the technological aspect, and we have can you guys tell me that what are the factor, what are the things we look at the environment, in the environment when we are talking about the technological aspect? Yes, yes, excellent. Yes, Azaz, brilliant. Yes, so we look towards the infrastructure, we look towards the use of the machines in our operation, we look about the level of the automation, we look about the level of the artificial intelligence is used, we look about the advancement or the investment in the technology, and these are the things which are also mentioned in the pre-scene as well, right? So can you guys tell me that our technological environment, is it favorable or the unfavorable? Is it favorable or it is unfavorable? Favorable, as 25% revenue from online sales growing last year. Okay. Unfavorable, someone is saying. Uh, can you please tell me the reason why it is unfavorable, and those who are saying favorable? Hmm. Okay, okay. See, whenever we are analyzing our environment, we analyze it from our point of view, that how it would impact us. Okay. So we are seeing that in our nuclear industry, the technological advancement, it has been increasing. Now the augmented reality and the other things, let me go to the PC and show you guys what I'm talking about. See, here we have something related to the innovation and the development. See here, it is written that the increasing level of the technological change in the industry. For example, 3D printing, use of the prototype, custom made shoes, limited edition style, technology enabled intelligent shoes are growing trend. They can measure athletic performance, track fitness, evaluate health metrics, and provide personalized feedback. So see, these kind of things, they are basically favorable. They are the opportunities for us if we capitalize on them. Because if we would say that the technological environment is rapidly changing, and it is changing in a continuous manner, then we would say that it is unfavorable, because whenever we would make a heavy investment into it, there is a chance that there would be a massive change or the development in the technology, and our investment would be outdated. So right now, this is favorable because we have the opportunities in the environment, and we can grow and adopt these technological advancement or the developments in the environment, and can make them our strength, right? So it is favorable. Ali Karim is saying that favorable as other segments are mass produced using high tech machines. Okay, it is one of the aspect, but see the things which I have mentioned or indicated in the pre-scene as well, that the advanced technology which is facilitating the customer and the customer experience, they are also now being advanced or developed through the technological advancement. So that is why I'm saying that the technological environment is favorable for us. Yes, yes. And the other thing is that ecological. What are the things we look for the ecological factors if we are analyzing the ecological factor? Yes, also the online sales are increasing. So the people are now moving towards the online shopping. You can also mention this point in the social as well because it is related to the people's behavior. Environmental impact, as I was saying, ecological, we look for the environmental impact. And also we look for the think about the factors in the environment. Don't think about the company. Think about the factors which are existing in the environment. All right. So we look for the people if we have some sort of communities or the pressure groups. Those are really concerned about the environmental impacts which are posed by the company or the production method. These are the things which we look for the ecological environment. So in our scenario, what do you guys think? Is it the favorable or unfavorable? And if it is favorable or unfavorable, why? Let me indicate something from the pre-scene as well so that you guys can have a better understanding. See, from here to here. Okay, okay. Someone is saying that it is unfavorable because the shoe production creates the carbon dioxide and it's released. Okay. But don't you think that if we would think like this, that here we have the King Kind Shoes Company. Okay, Ronit is also saying unfavorable. Okay. Yes. So basically, our ecological environment, it is unfavorable right now because the production of the shoe, it involves the emission of the carbon dioxide, it involves the wastage. Also, it involves we also have studied in the pre-scene that there is no perfect size. So that is why the customers are ordering the additional size for their match, and they are matching it whatever size it fits perfect to them. They are keeping the one piece, and the other piece they are returning it. So it is also creating the wastage, and also the waste shoes they are dumped irresponsibly on the city side or the industrial side. So right now the ecological environment, it is unfavorable because people are now raising concern towards the ecological practices, and their concerns are raising for the environmental impacts, whereas the shoe industry, it is going in the opposite direction. Okay, so here we have covered the Pestel analysis quickly. Now let's see what topic we have next in our list. We have covered Pestel analysis. If there is any question in the Pestel analysis, let me know. See, this is the way we will be covering all these topics, and at the end of the coverage, I will be asking you the question if you have any. So if you have any question, please type it in the chat, and if no, then we can move forward. No question. All right, let's move forward. Porter 5 forces. Okay, so if I go down, quickly, I need you all to type all the forces which we look for in the Porter 5 forces analysis in single message. Quickly. Excellent, Azaz. I need you all to answer to this. I need you all to type in all the forces which we look at in the Porter 5 forces analysis. Great, Fatma. Ali Kareem, excellent. Okay, so in Porter 5 forces, we look at the bargaining power of supplier, we look at the bargaining power of customer, we look at the threats of new entrants, we look at the threats of substitute, we look at the existing rivalry in our industry, right? So this is the model we look at to study the external environment, but specifically our industry environment. All right. So in bargaining power of supplier, what you guys think when the supplier have the higher bargaining power? I'm asking you for the higher factor, because for the lower bargaining power these would be totally opposite. Guys, please in the chat. Yes, correct, Fatma. Anyone else? Fatma, can you please type in more factors which we look after, which we look for in the bargaining power of the supplier? In bargaining power of supplier, we look at the number of suppliers we have, we look at the companies like us, how many companies there are. If we are in a large number, then our supplier has many other choices. Also, if they are less in number, then also they are in the bargaining power. The other thing is that the product which we are purchasing from them, if it is a specialized nature product or the raw material which is only available to that supplier again would be in a power to bargain, right? So in our case, in our industry, in the Dern shoes case, what should be the bargaining power of the supplier should be amended? It should be amended like the bargaining power of two characters. Number one is the one who is providing us the toll manufacturing in the Totland. You remember that we have one company which is providing us the manufacturing services for the mass production. We have, yes, Ronit, it's excellent. If we do not have any substitute, our supplier would have the higher bargaining power. We have one toll manufacturer in Totland, and also we have one distributor, right? So we would be, maybe there would be a requirement that we have to assess their bargaining power. What do you guys think? Do they have the high bargaining power or do they have the low bargaining power? And those who are thinking that we are going a bit slow, don't need to worry. Maybe we can extend the session, or if required, and if you guys are also interested, we can extend the session to tomorrow as well. So don't worry about the time or the session that it is only today. We are going to cover, we will try to cover as much as possible with a good quality that would be beneficial for you guys, right? They have high bargaining power. Fatma, can you please tell me why? Because in exam you are not supposed to only write that it is high or low. You have to also evaluate as well that why you are saying it has the high bargaining power or the low. Toll manufacturers has the high bargaining power because right now we have only one toll manufacturer. If we are able to do the contracts with the other toll manufacturer and those toll manufacturer can provide us the quality which we are expecting, then we can somehow neutralize the power of the toll manufacturer. And also we are having some sort of issues of the quality and the timing of the delivery with the toll manufacturer as well, which we have studied in the PC, right? There is only one distributor of raw material. Correct. Excellent, Fatma. The distributor also has the high bargaining power because we are currently dealing with him and he is our sole distributor. So we are weaker in front of him. Now, if I talk about the bargaining power of the customer, what do you guys think? in our scenario, the bargaining power of the customer, is it high or low? Is it high or is it low? I need you guys to think on this point very critically. I'm giving you guys a hint. We are producing two kind of shoes. One is mass produced and the other is handcrafted. For mass produced, I think that our customer has the high bargaining power. Why? Because every other company is producing the mass produced shoes. But for the handcrafted shoes, among the top four supplier of the shoes, we are the only one who are making the handcrafted shoes. So don't you think that we have the higher bargaining power and the customer is on the lower side, because we also have the MIL mark, the trademark as well. So do you guys agree with me? Please in chat. For the threats of new entrants, how do we assess the threats of new entrants? There's something which we call barriers to entry. Finance cost, yes, it is among the barriers of the entries, Ronit. Regulation, yes, correct. So the more the barriers are, the threats of the entries are lower. So in our industry, do you guys think that we have the barriers of to the entry? Setup cost, yes. Okay. So I think that the threats of new entrant is low. Why I'm saying this? Because in order to enter the market, first you need the skilled labor, then you need the heavy investment in the machinery, and the other thing is that there would be again the high setup cost, and our industry is highly regulated. Your shoes or every product has to be tested first for the quality checks, right? So it is a highly regulated industry there. So the new entrants would face the difficulties, right? And then we have the threats of substitute. What could be the substitute to the shoes? What could be the substitute to our shoes? Can you guys think of the substitute? Nothing. It is mentioned in the PC, new entrants are threat for formal shoes. New entrants are threat for the formal shoes. Yes, if they are, yes, you can answer it in the same way we have analyzed the bargaining power of the customer, that the threats for the new entrants for the mass production is low, but for the formal shoes it is high. Yes, correct. Huma, you are correct. So the threads for the substitute of the shoes, it is almost, I would say, very low, because obviously the people would buy shoes. And as per the social environment of the industry in Lukeland, the people are more tends towards the changing the shoes frequently. And then we have the existing rivalry in the industry. What do you guys think about it? Is it high or is it low? Existing rivalry. Let me go to the pre-seed. Yes. See here. Here we have a data related to something about the rivalry or the competition. Here we have one, two, three. These are the key player of the market along with us, 4 and 5, right? And they all have the mass production, mass production, mass production, and only we and the parish, they are producing the handcrafted shoes. And the other thing as well, let me tell you that here we are seeing that the Flamingo, it is the leader of the industry in terms of the innovation or the technological advancement. If it comes to, when it comes to introducing the new style and the fashion for the shoes, the Flamingo is the leader. And here we have Parish. Parish, it is emphasizing on the Lukeland heritage and the quality of their handcrafted shoes. So in the handcrafted shoes, we have only one competition, that is Parish, and it is giving us a tough competition through emphasizing it on the heritage of the Lukeland, right? And for the mass production, we also have a tough competition, also because of the Flamingo and the other market key players, right? So the existing competition is also high. Let me check in the chat if we have any other opinion. Hi, Uma is saying yes, correct, Uma. Okay, so this was all from the Porter 5 forces analysis. If we are okay with it and we have no question, then we can move forward. Let me know in the chat if we have any question related to the Porter 5 force. Guys, can you please confirm me in the chat that we can move forward? Okay. Now we have the Porter's value chain, and it is very important in the manufacturing industry. The industry which is doing a manufacturing, the Porter value chain become one of the most important topic. So now let us write the stages as described in the Porter value chain, about the stages through which the company add the value into the product or the services which are rendered to the customer. Guys, can you please tell me in the chat what are the stages of the Porter value chain? Let me give you a hint. Correct, correct, Azaz. These are all related to the primary activities. We have number 1, inbound. We have number 2, operation. Number 3, we have outbound. Then we have marketing. And finally, we have the after sales. These were the primary activities through which we add the value to the product, because these are the stages through which the product goes on. These are directly connected to the customer. Correct, Fatma? And the secondary activities, are you guys not mentioning them purposefully, or you guys forgot about them? Please guys, because these are the point through which we lose our marks in the exam. We think that we have given a fabulous answer, we have mentioned all 5 primary activities, and we forget about the secondary activity. Yes, in secondary activity we have procurement, we have IT, we have HR, we have the infrastructure, right? So we have the 4 secondary activities. Let us quickly discuss about them, that what they are, and then we will discuss that how they are how they would be applied in the Dern shoes case study, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. The inbound logistic. If we talk about the inbound logistic, this includes or this refers to all the activities which are related to carrying the raw material or the product from the supplier place to our place. It includes the transportation, the routes we are using, the means of the transportation, are we outsourcing it or we are doing it by ourselves, and the methods that how efficiently we are bringing the raw material from our from the supplier place to our place, what are the damages we are facing between during this traveling or the transfer, if our product or the raw material is of the nature of perishable goods, then how much time we are taking and how much the spoilage is happening, because it will ultimately increase our cost, and this cost would be either passed on to customer or it will lower our margins, right? So this is the inbound related thing. And then if I come towards the outbound operation, the operation is very simple, that whatever it takes to transform the raw material from the raw stage to the finished product, right? This is related to the operation. And the outbound logistics. Outbound logistics, what does it mean? It means that whatever activities we are doing to uh, keep the finished product in our warehouse, and transferring these finished product from our warehouse to the distribution centers, to the retail outlets, to the supermarkets, to our retailers, distributor, wholesaler. What are the distribution channels we are using, where our distribution warehouses or the distribution centers are located, are they strategically located all over the country, are they easily accessible to the customers, right? So these all comes under the inbound heading. Then we have the marketing. Marketing is all related to letting your customer know that your product is available for them. So all the activities we do in order to attract the customer, in order to let them know that the product is available for them to buy it, right? These all comes under the marketing thing. And then we have the after sales services, the stage or the activities. They start right after the sale is executed. Now, once the sale is executed, the company offers the return policy, warranties, guarantees, return, repair and maintenance, upgradation. These kind of all things are referred to into the after sales services. Are we okay with it? Now let's move forward to the secondary activities. Here we have the procurement thing. And this is the thing where the student have the confusion. They are always confused between the inbound and the procurement. Let me draw a very clear line between the procurement and the inbound logistics. The line is as same as we have between the after sales and the marketing. Yes, Huma, the recording would be available. So the procurement, it is related to your procurement department. It is related to locating the supplier, doing the contracts with them, negotiating the price, the quality, the service level agreements, everything related to the negotiation or the agreement with the supplier. Once you are done with the negotiating with supplier and you have made the purchases, you have placed the order, that is the very clear line between the outbound and inbound and the procurement. The moment you make the purchases, from there now it will all fall under the inbound logistic, from bringing the product or the raw material from the supplier's place to the your warehouse, and then locating it in your warehouse. This will all be in the inbound logistic. And technically speaking and practically speaking, the procurement comes first and then the inbound logistic comes, right? Because you make the purchases first and then it would be brought to your warehouse, right? So if it is clear, then now let's move forward towards the IT thing. If I talk about the IT, it means that how much the technology or the automation is involved throughout these all things. Because see, in your inbound logistic also there could be the use of IT. How? It could be through the inventory management system. It could be through the formulas or the methods used to locate or keep the inventory in the warehouse so that you can retrieve them effectively. In operation also you can use the IT or the machines or the robots. Then in outbound logistic, the same, how you handle the inventory, how you handle the distribution channel. And then marketing, we are all aware of the e-marketing techniques and the strategies. And the after sales services, how you are giving them the after sales services, if there is a website or the online platform through which the customer could raise their complaint or the concern, and then you can honor them. So IT is the again thing which will be contributing towards the all primary activities. Then we have the HR. HR again, these are the human resource or the manpower which are used throughout all these stages of the primary activities. And if they are not efficient or if they are not good, our primary activities can never work in a good way. Then we have the infrastructure. Infrastructure is related to the all the I would say a system, a total system which is uh, governing the organization operation from the start to the end. The integration of all these activities, how much efficient it is, how much advanced and the updated it is, right? So now let's discuss that how these inbound logistics are how these primary activities or the secondary activities are creating value in terms of the dirt shoes. Okay, and where are the what are the areas in which we can improve and deliver the higher value? So this is the question for you. Number one, how? So I'm giving you guys 2 to 3 minutes to think about these all points and type in chat that how we are adding the value through each of these areas of the value chain, right? Azaz, can we keep the question answer session at the end of the each topic the way we are doing, right? Would it be fine with you? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And I believe that I have already answered this, but anyways, I will answer it again. So guys, I'm waiting for you guys to respond to these two questions, because if the question is coming from this topic, there would be these two questions which could be asked. Think about it. You have all the information in the P scene as well. And for those factors, if we do not have any information, you guys don't need to worry. You can just simply write that the no information is given, right? Guys, why I'm asking you to write this, because there are few factors which are not discussed in the pre-scene or maybe in exhibit as well. You would not be given the information related to it. So you should be prepared to answer these kind of scenarios in which you have very limited information, right? So please try to attempt these two questions and try to find out what are the activities through which we are adding values, and if we are not adding any values or if there is no information given to it, how can we improve? All right, so now let me discuss one by one. For the inbound logistics, we do not have any idea to it, other than the thing that we have two kind of leather which we are using in our production, and we are using it. But again, it doesn't fall under the inbound logistic, because inbound is the activity for bringing the material from the supplier place to our place, right? So there is some answer. Let me go through it so that we can also discuss it. Okay. So for the inbound logistic, again, we do not have any information related to it. For the operation, we have given the information about the all four stages of the operation and how we are adding the value to it, right? So again, but there is no specific point given in the scenario through which we can say that it is a point where we are adding the value. The outbound logistic, yes, we have the distributor related information that we have the DT distributor company which is distributing our product throughout the country to our retail stores. Also, we are distributing through the retail stores, and there are 75 retail stores which are located throughout the loop. So it is a good thing. We are making the product at the reach of the customer, right? So this is the one point through which we are adding the value, right? The other thing is that marketing. In whole pre-seen document, I haven't seen such information related to the marketing thing, that how we are marketing our product. So again, these all are the area which are not provided in the pre-seen. Maybe they would be provided in the exhibits on the exam day. And if it is not provided, then you have a full chance or the full area to provide the recommendation on these, that currently Dern Shoes is not doing any sort of marketing or the promotion things wherein it should do in order to grow its market share, right? For the after sales, yes, there was a point that we are offering the free return to the customers, that we are not charging them the delivery cost for the return. So this is something which comes under the after sales activity, and we are adding the value to the customers through it, right? Then we have a procurement thing. Procurement thing, again, we do not have any sufficient data to it. For the IT thing, there was information in the pre-scene that we have heavily invested in the IT infrastructure and the IT technology. But again, there is one issue that we do not have a website, such website through which the customers can place, and then the delivery would be initiated through that website, right? So maybe there would be some information in the exhibit that of which nature the website we have, and whether or not the customer can place the order through it, and then we can initiate the delivery through it. So this would be the thing, which is again a gray area. Maybe we are adding a value through it or not. It would be again based on the exhibit. Then for the HR, the main focus would be on the skilled labor. So do we have a sufficient number of skilled laborers or not to produce the handcrafted shoes? Again, this would be a question mark that would be presented in the exhibit. And for the infrastructure thing, again, we need to think that how well we have synchronized or streamlined our processes. So basically, this was the area in which we need a lot of information which is not provided in the pre-sale. But anyways, for the recommendation, what we can recommend? We can recommend that for the inbound logistic, we would be ordering the product or the raw material as and when it is needed directly to our warehouses where the production is taking place. And also we can minimize the warehousing cost or the storage cost by implementing the just-in-time inventory method or EOQ method, so that we can minimize our cost and the overheads, and ultimately it will increase our margin or maybe increase or reduce our selling price, so that we can provide the customer a benefit. And also it's our strategic mission as well to provide the shoes to everyone at an affordable price, right? And for the operations, how can we make it more efficient through mass production, through advancement in the technology? For marketing thing, again, it's a very, I would say, a weak area of the Dern Shoes, that we are not investing or not doing any sort of marketing. So we need to invest in it as well. For the procurement thing, we need to think about from where we can procure the original leather for the production of the handcrafted shoes, right, at a lowest price possible, or maybe we can do a business partnership with our suppliers, so that we have a long-term relationship with them, or maybe exclusivity contract with them, that they would only supply the leather to us, because as we have seen that the in exports market the demand of the leather shoes has been increasing. So if we would be able to do this kind of exclusivity contract through our procurement department, then it would be again beneficial for our whole organization. And for the HR, we already have a sufficient number of skilled labor, but they are a part of the union, so we have to take care of them as well. And for infrastructure thing, we need to look at the whole business process, or the I would say the streamlining of the processes. Now let's move forward to the other part or the other topic, that is the SWOT analysis. For the SWOT analysis, we have sufficient data related to the SWOT analysis. Okay. So if I talk about the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and the threats. Can you guys mention few of the strengths, opportunities, weakness, and the threats which we have studied from the pre-scene? Okay, so I have jotted down few of them, and now let me see what you guys have mentioned. Recognition in children's shoes. Yes, we had good recognition and the good market share in the children's shoes. This is our strength again. And there was one kind of shoe category in which we were unable to attract the young generation. If I go into the pre-scene, there it was written. Let me go down and see. Yes, in the casual category. In the casual category, we were not able to attract the young generation, right? So this was again our weakness. And we have the third largest terms, market share. Market share again, is it a strength? Having a great market share, it's not a strength. More than 100-year legacy, more than 75 retail outlets. Yes, the retail outlets, 75 retail outlets, these are our strength. If they are located at a prime location, or the location which are easily accessible to the customers. Okay. So what I have written, now let me discuss what point I have mentioned. I have mentioned that we are among the only two handcrafted manufacturers, because there is no other, there are other small manufacturers which I am not considering right now. Among the large players, we are the only two manufacturers which are producing the handcrafted shoes. Then we have the MIL trademark. This can be the competitive edge we can have over the other manufacturers. We have the recognition in the children's category. We have the 75 retail outlets which are located all over the country. The weakness thing is that we have zero exports. We are not exporting anything, right? So this is one of our exports, because in industry, the exports are right now 15% and they are rapidly growing. So we are losing this share. And also we are not providing any sort of delivery services. Whoever the customer is making or placing the order through our website or the online, they have to come to our retail store to pick up their order. So we are now offering two type of services in order to give them the product, that we are making our product available on the retail outlet, and the other thing is that we are giving them the option for the making the online order and then pick up, right? And we are not able to attract the young generation in the casual category. Opportunities is that the increasing demand for the exports, it is the opportunity where we can upgrade or adopt ourselves and increase our market share as well. Increasing demand for the handcrafted shoes, again, it is an opportunity for us, because we are among the two largest manufacturers who are providing the handcrafted shoes. Threats, we have that the growing concern of the people about the laws and regulation in the country from which we are outsourcing our manufacturing services. So we have to look at the laws and regulation in the Totland, whether they are facilitating or they are well established for the skilled labor there or not. If that's not the case, then there could be a negative impact on our brand and our brand image, and that is why maybe the customer would abandon us, right? So these are the SWOT analysis related discussion. So if we have any question, please type it in chat. Then if not, then we can move forward. Guys, do we have any question? Can you please confirm in the chat? No. Okay. So now the next topic is the SFA framework. So if I talk about the SFA framework, can you guys tell me that why do we and when do we use the SFA framework? And why I have included in our list? Yes, Azaz, correct. Hunain, excellent. Anyone else? Guys, please participate so that we can have a constructive session. All right. So now we have the SFA framework, and it is widely used for the acquisition related matters. Whenever we are given the scenario in which we are discussing or thinking about the potential acquisition. So we apply this model in order to assess whether this acquisition should be done or not. And in this framework, we have three criteria on which we assess our target company or the strategy. Number one, suitability. Number two, feasibility. And then we have the acceptability, right? So now let's discuss them one by one, because as you would have seen the pre-scene analysis as well, I was giving a huge emphasis on this acquisition related matter because we are trying to grow, and we have many options to grow through the acquisition, because it is one of the way to do a rapid growth and have a rapid, or the I would say quick access to the market in which our target is operating, right? So there is high chances that the acquisition related question may be asked in the exam, and you would be applying the SFA framework. So for the suitability related thing, we what do we assess? We assess that the target company is suitable to our objectives or not. Whatever objective we have, is it suitable or it would be serving to that objective or not? Would we be able to realize our purpose or our strategy through it or not? In this scenario, in this pre-scene, I have identified maybe two or three areas where we can go for the acquisition. Number one is the acquisition of our distributor. So for the distributor, we need to check that whether like what are the distribution channels, what are the distribution means, what are the distribution vehicle are used by our distributor, whether they would serve to our purpose, whether they would be able to give us the competitive advantage or the cost reduction, these kind of things or not. If they are able to, if this acquisition is going to give us these all advantages, then we can say that yes, we should go for the acquisition. Otherwise, no, we should not. And the other acquisition target I have identified is the toll manufacturer in the Totland. whether or not, because we are already having problems related to the quality, related to the time of the production from this manufacturer. So we can think about the acquisition of this manufacturer and using the machines and the infrastructure of that tall manufacturer, so that we can remove these quality issues, have a proper or timely delivery of the shoes, and also we can then avail the economies of scale when we will be using the manufacturing facility. So we need to check that what kind of manufacturing facilities they are using, and what are the pros and cons or the circumstances of that acquisition, and then based on that we would be assessing whether it is a suitable target for us or not. And the other thing is that we have few small companies in manufacture in the same industry as well. So there might be a chance that we would be acquiring those companies for maybe their production facility, maybe their retail outlets, if they are strategically located at a better location than us, or maybe the kind company which is presenting itself as a sustainable, ecological, or the eco-friendly company. Maybe we think to acquire this company and adopt their strategies and then present us as well in a same way, right? So it all depends on what purpose or with what objective we are going to acquire the company. If the target is serving or successfully meeting our objective, then we would say it is a suitable option. Then the feasibility thing. Feasibility, it would be related to the, I would say, number one, finance. The foremost thing for the acquisition is that whether or not we have the finance which is required to obtain the control of the target, right? And the other thing is that whether or not we would be able to realize the synergies, right? So if we are able to realize the synergies, because there would be some cultural differences, there would be some process differences, staff and the leadership, senior management, what would we be doing in order to consolidate these two companies, whether we would be able to realize the benefits or the economies of scale or all the synergies through it or not. Then we have the acceptability. Acceptability, it relates to the acceptance through our stakeholders, the major stakeholders. That would be number one, the family owners, the family members, I would say, who owns the company, right? We need to check whether or not they are accepting this proposal or not. And if and when do we, what do you guys think? When would they be accepting this proposal? They would be accepting this proposal in the case of positive NPV, right? If the project or the acquisition is giving the positive NPV, it would increase their wealth. So that is why I would say that the family members would accept it. Then we have the board of directors. They are also the, I would say, the key stakeholders of the company, whether or not they all are agreeing to this acquisition or not. And the other thing is our customers, our employees. We need to check that what data, what kind of information is given to us in the exhibit, to what group which would be affected through this acquisition and what the impacts would be on them, right? So this is how we are going to evaluate the acquisition related things or the decision through the SFA framework. One more thing to mention here, that in SFA framework, in exam, you are not bound or you are not required to mandatory present your answer through these three headings. Okay, you can keep them in your mind, but if the things are getting messy, if the things are getting complicated, you can just mention or jot down your answer in a paragraph or the bullet form without thinking too much to categorize your arguments or your points into these specific categories, right? So you don't need to panic on this. You don't need to waste your time in exam on this related thing, right? So now, shall we move towards the next concept if we are okay? Guys, can we move forward to the next topic, that is BCG metrics? Are you guys with me or not? Just thinking like I'm teaching to the empty chairs, which is right now a case. All right, guys. So the next topic is BCG metrics, and we have a sufficient information. If not sufficient, we have a enough information on which we can do our discussion related to the BCG metrics. So can you guys tell me that what are the two factors or the criteria on which we assess the product or our business unit as maybe star, cash cow, question mark, or the top? Can you please guys tell me in the chat? Excellent, Padma. No, 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 no. Share price? Are you sure? Hunain, excellent. Azaz, excellent. So we have two things. Number one, the market growth rate, right? And the other thing is the market share, right? These are the two criteria on which we evaluate our business unit, that how it is performing and what should be the strategy moving forward, right? Are we okay with it, Fatma? Are we okay? Yes. So now let's move forward and discuss that how do we evaluate our business unit. So for example, if we have a product which has the low market share and also the growth of the market is low, but we are saying that for that business unit, the market growth rate is also low. There is no further expectation that the market or the industry would itself grow, right? And also our market share in that market is low. What should that product or the business unit should be called? Yes, excellent, Hasnan. Hunain, sorry. It is dog. Yes, Fatma, the strategy is also correct. And for the product which has a high potential of the market, that the market is growing and market will grow in the future as well, but our market share is low. We are not able to capture the market. We are not able to grow into that market. What kind of product is it? Guys, can you please tell me what kind of product is it? I guess this is, you guys are indirectly answering me. This is a question mark because you all are not answering my question. Yes, Hunain has answered finally. So for the next product, we have a product which has a high market share in a low market growth industry, where the market is not going to grow with a rapid rate or the high rate. Market is maybe at the maturity or market is in a decline phase. Yes, excellent. Everyone is correct. This is a cash cow. And we will also discuss that what should be the strategy or what should be the plan moving forward for each of these business units. And finally, we are left with the product or the business unit which has a high market share, and also the market is at the boom or the highest growth rate, right? It is Azaz, Hunain. Any other one? Anyone else? It is the star. Yes. So one by one, let us discuss that what should be the strategy for the star products. This is your star. You have a high market share and also the industry is growing. So you should invest heavily into it. You should invest for the research and development. Why you are doing the research and development? You are doing the research and development for two purposes. Number one, to grow with the market, because market is growing, so you should also grow alongside the market. For that, you need to do the continuous research and development. You should do the, I would say, aggressive market. You should go towards the market expansion, right? So these kind of expenditure should be done. And the second purpose of the high investment is that you need to defend your share as well, because in the growing market everyone would be coming, new entrants would be coming, your competitors would be investing as well, so there would be a high risk to your market share, so you have to defend as well, right? So you would be doing the investment in order to defend. How? You would be doing some sort of customer loyalty program, you would be introducing these kind of product programs, you would be interacting with your customers again and again, you would be taking the feedbacks from them, follow-ups, and the personalized or the targeted marketing. These kind of strategy you could follow in order to retain your customer, or maybe you could go towards the lock-in strategy where you can offer your customer the products that are related to your main product, so that the customer is now locked in with you and it is blocked in a chain with you, all the products which are sold by you. Then we have a cash cow. For the cash cow, what should be the strategy? For cash cow, there should be the strategy that harvest. Harvest as much as possible. Take or enjoy the as much as possible the cash inflows which you can from this product. Because why? Because the market growth rate is low, the market is not going to grow further, so there is no point of doing the heavy research and development, because you cannot snatch the share from your competitor in this sort of market very easily, right? And also the market is not growing, so you are not going to grow anyway. And you should be what you should be doing, you should be doing the little investment in order to defend your share, so that till the end of the market you can harvest as much cash flow as possible. For the question mark, this is the area where the market is growing, everyone is enjoying, everyone is earning, but we are not able to enjoy, we are not able to earn. So there is some sort of mistake which we would be doing. We need to identify. We need to invest, or we need to incur the cost in identifying or getting the answer to this question. We need to do the research, development, market research, customer survey, or the product development, or maybe we are targeting the wrong market, so we need to change our target market, or we need to maybe change our strategic position, right, in order to turn this star question mark into the star product. And for the dog, since the market is low, you are at the low point as well, then you don't need to do any investment, just divest from this type of business unit. If you are having the negative bottom line, if you are having a losses, then divest immediately. But if you are having profit, so enjoy the profit till they last, unless you can divest immediately. So now let's go to the pre-scene, and I'm hoping that you guys have done the analysis of each of the product of us, and we can have a good conversation related to the categorization of these product into the BCG matrix. So what do you guys think? What is the categorization for the formal shoes? Is it a star, cash cow, or the question mark, or dog? It is a question mark, as I was saying. Okay. See what I think. Let me go up and see what is the industry related data for the formal shoes. We have only Parish with us who is selling the formal shoes, because formal shoes are handcrafted, right? And for formal shoes, we have adults as well, right? So we are not able to target them, but still we are the second number. So don't you think that we have a high market share as well? And the industry is also growing, because we have studied that there would be a rising demand for the handcrafted shoes through the exports, and also the people, they are tend to buy the formal shoes which are handcrafted even if the disposable income is low. So there is a high growth, but the local and outside, yes, but we are also having a good share in it, right? This is our most expensive shoes, right? So what I feel is that this is our star product. Our star is formal shoes. Okay. And if I go back to the pre-scene and talk about the semi-formal, what do you guys think? What is the categorization of the semi-formal and why? Guys, please participate, because these are the questions, these are the expected question, and you should be participating and thinking on it, so that in exam you don't feel like alien. These are the things which would be already analyzed in your mind. Someone is saying that it is a cash cow. Can you please tell me that why it is a cash cow? See, here in the scene, it is not mentioned that what is the status of our share, right? So you can take any assumption and you can justify it in the chat. There is no straightforward answer. If you guys are feeling reluctant on this, that there is no data related to the market share of us. In semi-formal, it is saying that they are cheaper than the formal shoes made of rubber. Target market is over 45-year-old. Market leader has a market share just slightly above Better Buy. We are market leader, okay? And there is no data related to the market growth, but we are seeing in the last this financial and non-financial data that the market is now going to the decline, right? Also in the economic factor as well, we have discussed that the market is going towards the decline. So we are the leader, we have a high share, and the market is towards decline. So it is absolutely correct as us that we are cash cow right now, as based on this information. See, this is the discussion why I'm investing this much time into it, that because in exam you are just not supposed to just mention that it is a cash cow. You have to first mention that what is the status of the market growth, what is the status of the your share, and then based on these two grounds, how you are concluding this product as which category, right? So this is our cash cow, the semi-formal is the cash cow. And casual, it is for sure the question mark, because we have discussed it earlier that we are not able to attract the young generation for the casual shoes. And if I go to the children's category, there is a mass produced leather shoes for children. Deern is the market leader this age of group and has an excellent reputation in it. Retail outlet correctly measured and fitting that children's shoes. Deern closest competitor is a small manufacturer of the called Tiptoe. So again, if I assume that the market is towards the decline and I have a highest share, so again this would be the cash cow. But if there is some sort of information that the market is in a boom phase or it has a high growth rate, then it would become a star. So this was again depend on the information which would be given in the exhibit on your exam day, right? That the children category would go in both of them based on your assumption or the data related to the market growth rate, right? So up till now, how many topics we have covered? We have covered the Pestel analysis, 4 to 5 forces, and these all, and we are left with these topics. So, and what time do we have? It is 9:30. So how about to have a 10 minutes break? Till then, the pan would also get charged, and then we can continue. So let's have a 10 minutes break. All right. So I guess now it's enough of wait. Now we can continue with our topic. So just confirm me once, since we have been moved to the new meeting room. Can you guys please tell me that I'm audible? You can see me and my screen is visible to you. Boy, whoever it is with RH621, let me just, okay, let's leave it because Abbas is saying yes. So, yes, okay. So now let's move forward to our next topic, and meanwhile, let me just keep this chat here. The next topic we have is, oh, what happened here? Yes. The next topic we are about to cover is the pricing strategy. Okay, so for the pricing strategy, we have a notes to us, and we will just quickly go through this and we'll have a short discussion related to it if we need to do. Just let me share my screen with you again. So can you guys confirm me that if you are able to see this OneNote slide here, which is related to the pricing strategy, where did it go? Yes. Can you guys confirm me that if you can see the screen? Just wait for a minute, it is loading. Yes, the pricing strategy screen. Is it visible? Yes. So now let's move forward and have a discussion about the pricing strategy, that what should be the ideal pricing strategy for a organization of the product. See, if we talk about the pricing strategy, it actually has impact on your customer mindset and how it presumes you or how it thinks about you. If your price is too high, it may become unaffordable for your customer. And if your price is too low, there might be an indication to the customer, or the message would go that maybe your product is not up to the standard or up to the mark. That is why you are keeping your prices too low. So that is why it is very necessary that an organization keeps a balance in its pricing strategy with the value, so that you can convince the customer to purchase your product. So here we have a few steps in order to determine the pricing strategy. The first step is related to the pricing objective. That what are your pricing objective? What are your organization trying to achieve? For example, if I tell you that maybe for some organization, the objective or the strategic positioning is cost leadership. So if you are following the cost leadership, your prices should also reflect this thing. As in our mission statement in this industry, or in this case study, it is mentioned that we are following the cost leadership strategy, that we are trying to provide the affordable shoes to everyone in the world, right? So we are technically working on the cost leadership. So we have to synchronize our objective with the pricing strategy. Also, we can think about the differentiation as well. If we are providing such sort of product which is not available to the customers from other manufacturer or the other sellers, then we are providing them some sort of factors or the features to the product which are differentiating. Then we will be charging a premium for it, right? So again, this is streamlined with our strategy, and so on so forth, with the focus and any other objective, right? What is happening here? fan is not working. Yes. So this was about the pricing objective. So the first thing you need to do is you have to have a clear understanding of your pricing or your competitive objective or the competitive strategy. And then your prices should be aligned with these strategies, right? The next step is that you need to figure out the amount of the markup or the margin you are eyeing or you are wishing to earn from this product, right? So you have to first calculate your cost, then you would be you have to think that how much profit you need to earn or you are wishing to earn from that product. For example, you are saying that your overall target is 10%. You need to earn the 10% profit as compared to your cost from your products, right? But here you have one product. This product is giving you the margin of 5%. If in the case study you are giving such scenario, then you will be commenting that in our objective or in our margin strategy, we are wishing or we are planning to earn the 10% profit. But on the contrast, this is in this product, we are only earning the 5% margin. So this is not correct or this is not appropriate, right? So this is how you calculate your selling price. First, you calculate your cost and then you add the profit into it ultimately to reach the selling prices. Then we have the third step of the pricing strategy, that we have to analyze the customer demand and the affordability. Now, when we discuss about this thing, what do we mean? We mean that we need to first check the willingness of the customer. And when the customer would be willing to buy things from you, the customer would be willing to buy things from you when the customer would feel that you are giving them the value, right? So you have to create your value in the eyes of the customer. Then you need to understand the customer nature, that whether the customer is price sensitive or the customer is the quality sensitive. In our case study, we have two kinds of customers. We have also the fashion sensitive customers. We have also the price sensitive customer. So for both of the categories, we should be making our strategies differently and we should be trying to target them in a different way, right? And we will be making the pricing strategy for them differently. For the economical shoe or the product, the economical price. For the advanced or the latest fashion version, we will be pricing the premium charges or the high charges, right? Then we have the last thing is the demand and price relationship. It is very common thing that we have also studied in the economics as well, that your prices are directly or I would say indirectly related to your demand. Direct relation. That the more your demand is, the more your prices would be, right? In this diagram as well, we have discussed that your prices were here, but your demand was this. But when your demand increased, you have increased your prices as well. But that doesn't go, I would say, in a very smooth way or very simpler way. Because at some stage or at some point of prices, even if the demand is increasing, you cannot increase the prices with the same rate or the same growth, because of you have to keep the customer disposable income and the economic factor into the your assessment, right? So here, see, the demand has declined if you are increasing the prices. So that is why you have to analyze the demand and the price relation as well. And the other point is that after applying these three steps, now you have to look at your competitors as well, that what they are charging, what they are offering, right? For example, let me give you an example, that here your customer, your competitor may be that your customer is selling a product for $100, right? And that customer has been given the rating of 8 points out of 10, right? So now you are thinking that what should our ideal price as compared to our competitor. For example, I'm saying that you are giving the 6 points on the scale of 10 to 100, 10 to 0 to 10, you are giving the 6 points. So what you will do, you will multiply these 6 points to 100 divided by 8. That means that this 100 selling price which your competitor is charging, it represents 8 points. So you have divided it by 8 in order to calculate what is the price for 1 point, and then you are multiplying it to the 6 point in order to calculate what should be your price which you should charge, which is equivalent to your competitor or your market. Then at the last, you would be again looking at your pricing strategy, that whether you are thinking about market penetration, market skimming, or the price discrimination. What is your strategy for the product or the market in which you have entered very recently, or you are new at it? So the ideal strategy is that you would be following the market penetration strategy, and you will be applying the lower prices to your product so that you can attract more customers. And market skimming strategy, when you are eyeing or you are targeting the only niche customer classes, right? And for the discrimination prices, you can do the strategy in our scenario as well, that we have two kinds of customer. We have fashion conscious and we have the price conscious customer. So we can create the discrimination prices for them. So this was the all related to the pricing strategy. Why I have been discussing this thing? Because in the pre-scene analysis, I have noticed this thing, that we have been charging very low prices as compared to our competitor. So there might be a question or the requirement related to the evaluation of the pricing strategy, and then you need to give the recommendation. So what you will be doing, you will be doing the evaluation based on these 5 steps, and then whatever the mistakes or the errors you have identified, you would be recommending the suggestion out of these points, right? So this was about the pricing strategy. If we have any question, then please ask, otherwise we can move forward. Guys in chat, please, if you can tell me that if you have any other question related to it. All clear? Okay, let's move forward. So now we have, let me open the OneNote again. Yes. So the next topic is related to the Ansoff growth metrics, right? So in the Ansoff growth metrics, what we will be discussing, that how you can grow your company or your business. I want you guys to tell me that what are the 2 factors or the criteria based on which the Ansoff growth metrics does the evaluation. What are the 2 criteria at which we look at for the Ansoff growth metrics assessment? Guys, please in the chat. For Ansoff growth metrics, we have the 2 criteria, that is the either we are talking about our product or the market. There are 2 options in each of the category. Either our product is new or it can be old, or our market is existing. I would say it is better to write existing or the new. Again here existing or new. So based on the Ansoff growth metrics, we make our strategies. How? That for example, if I am saying that my product is also I am dealing in the existing product, and also I am dealing in the existing market, then what am I doing? What strategy am I following? Can you please tell me in the chat that what strategy am I following? If I am following the existing, I am working on the existing product and in the existing market. Yes, correct. I am following or I am working on the market penetration strategy. Now, what does this mean? The market penetration strategy. Market penetration strategy means that now we are trying to increase our share in the existing market of our existing product. I'm saying it again. We are trying to increase our market share in our existing market of our existing product. And how can we do this? We can do this by doing the aggressive marketing. We can do this by attracting the customers of our competitor. We can do this by attracting those people who are not our customers. We can persuade them to buy our product, right? So what we are doing? We are doing three things. We are making our existing customers buy more from us. We are making the customers of our competitor buy from us, and we are making the people who are not the customer of the industry, we are making them to buy from us as well. So that is how we are going to increase our market share, right? So this is all what we do in the market penetration strategy. We focus on the marketing heavily. Then if I talk with you about, if we have the existing product and in the new market, we are taking our product, the existing product, into the new market, then what this strategy would be called? Yes, this strategy would be called market development, because now we are trying to develop our new market, because the product is same. Now we are introducing our product into the new market, and this is the case which is discussed in our would be discussed in our case study, because we are now we would be going towards the exports, we would be expanding our market, right? So this strategy would be the one which I feel like would be tested in exam from you guys, right? So if I move forward, now we have the, if I launch a new product, I am launching a new product into the existing market, then what this strategy would be called? This would be a product development strategy, correct? There, what is your actual name? This is your device name, RHS621CS. So the product development, this product development, how this strategy is carried out, how you can develop your product into the existing market, how you can develop the share of your product. Number one thing, that you have to invest heavily in the research and development. You have to give your research and development department room to do the research and introduce the new design and the fashion related shoes. And this is also part of our strategy of the pre-scene, that the, I guess it was Flamingo, it was yes, that was the leader in that category, that it used to produce the new fashion or the new style of the shoes within a week, right? So next we have, if I am going to introduce the new product into the new market, all the way new, the product is also new, the market is also new, then what it would be? It would be for the, I would say, market. It was the, let me just recall the name. It was the diversification. And also we have diversification types as well. We have the related diversification, we have the unrelated diversification as well. Just a quick intro to it, that the related diversification, it is when you are making the diversification to your related industry, right? And the unrelated diversification, where you are totally going to the different industry, right? We have the forward integration, backward integration as well. So these are the also areas which are related to it, but right now we are not going into the details, right? So if I move forward, then we have next topic with us, the puppet model. So in puppet model, why I feel like that this is an important model and it could be tested, that because the puppet model, it deals with the scenario where we are having the technological development or the technological advancement. It assesses or it guides us that how we are going to assess the impacts of this advancement on the whole organization. right? So for puppet model as well, we have Hunain is saying that can we explain the market development in the context of pre-scene? Yes, sure. See, a very quick explanation to it, that the market development, it would be that we would be introducing our leather-made shoes, handcrafted shoes, to the export market, to the outside of the Lukeland market. It would be the market development strategy that we are not currently following, because we are not doing any exports. So if we are going to introduce our product, the existing product, into the new market, it would be the market development strategy. All right. And how can we do it? We can do it through making our website reachable to the export audience, or I would say the foreigners, which are not the locals of the Nuclear. And how we can do this? There is a question which I need to discuss with you guys as well, that how we would be able to attract the customer to our website, which we are not currently attracting. We can do the collaboration with the international or the global website, which is currently having a traffic of the customers, through which we can introduce ourselves rapidly and we can dive into the market, right? This can be the strategy which we can follow. So Hunain, is it fine? Can we move forward? Okay, so welcome. So now we have the puppet model. What does this puppet model stand for? It stands for technology. Then we have the, I would say, people. We write it in the puppet abbreviation. People. Then we have the people organization. And we have, let me go to our, I have the noting of it so that we can also save our time as well. Here in the last. Yes. Let me just wait to have it. It's all written here. So for the puppet model, we have these abbreviation which we have to cover in case of we are having a technological advancement, which in this scenario we will be having, because we will be going to the international markets, we will be going to the exports through our website. So we would be needing to make our radical changes into our website and the information technology related things. So first we need to assess the impacts on our information technology. We need to check that whether we have the related softwares and the hardwares available through which we can do this advancement, whether we have the infrastructure related to the advancement or not, or we need to arrange it as well. This is the area in which we need to assess that what would be the impact, right? Then we have the people related impacts that we need to consider. How we will be considering it, that we need to consider first that we, whether or not we have the sufficient skilled IT department or not, because right now your website is only for the placing order and then the people come to your retail outlet for the pickup, but now they will be having the delivery from the same website as well, and it will be an international website, right? So you need to check whether or not you have the sufficient expertise in the IT department, or you need to hire more qualified or the skilled staff, right? Then you need to check whether or not your existing staff have the competencies. Do you need to give them a training as well? Because not altogether you would be hiring a new IT department. You would be hiring few specialized professionals, and the other you would be retaining your own staff. So do you need to provide them the related training so that they can use the website and function it properly? And then you have to modify or amend the job description of these employees as well, which are existing employees of your company, because now there would be a changes in your function and the operation, so the job description would also change. And then we will be discussing about the processes, that what would be the impact on your processes, whether you would be going towards the automation of the your processes. If your processes are already automated, then what would be the advancement or the development which you are going to make in your processes, right? Or if you are going to make a altogether from the ab initio changes in your processes, right? So this is what we call the rationalization or the automation things. And you will be finally looking at your value chain, that how these changes would be having impact on your value chain and how it would be generating the higher value for the customer. And then once you have considered information technology impact, the people impact, and the process impact, now you are in a position that you can have analyze the impact of this change on your whole organization as a whole. What it would be? It would be that what the changes, it would be on your business strategy. Now you would be focusing on the exports more, right? What would be the changes in the management information system? How the management would be looking after the changes which are arising due to this strategy, and what are the progress of the strategy? So these all would be looked after from the management information system. Then what are the new KPIs which you have set, and what are the performance measurement tool or the mechanism of the management after this change? And yes, the tools. So this is all related to the puppet model. If you guys have any question related to it, so please ask in the question, otherwise we can move forward. I guess there are no further questions, so that we shall move forward. The next topic we have is the joint venture and the strategic alliance. See, if I discuss about the joint venture and the strategic alliance, whatever we have discussed about the acquisition thing, the same would be for the joint venture and the strategic alliance. The same thinking or the same ideology would be behind the joint venture and the strategic alliance, that we need to grow and we need to grow rapidly. So whatever the target there were for the acquisition, these would be same for the JV and strategic alliance. But how it is different from the acquisition is that the joint venture, in which the two companies may collectively create a new organization, right, for a specific purpose, for the specific operation. And then based on that, that joint venture creates a new, maybe the new product or the new market, and through which it wipes out its competitor, and it's sometimes snatch their share from them. And then we have the strategic alliance, in which we are not making a legal entity, a different legal entity, but we are making a collaboration with the other party or the other company, through which we can offer the improve better services or the product to our customers. Now, why we are discussing this topic in our case study, that how it would be asked. See, if you have read the pre-scene, there was a topic that, or the discussion, that we have the smart technology in the shoes that is tracking the performance or the health of the person, right? And we also have the 3D print of the shoes and all these kind of things. So right now we do not have this advanced technology. What we can do, we can do a collaboration, maybe strategic alliance, or maybe a joint venture with a technological company which can provide us this expertise, right? So that we can also improve our customer experience and the satisfaction level, and we can also offer these kind of advanced technology to our customer when they are coming to buy shoes from us, right? So that is why I feel like that this topic could also be tested in the exam. Next, we have the Mendelow stakeholder matrix. What does this matrix tell us? That this matrix is telling us that how you should be dealing with your stakeholders, right? Which stakeholder should be given how much importance. So in Mendelow's stakeholder matrix, we have also I would say two factors on which we make our conclusion how we would be dealing with these stakeholders. We have the power factor, and then we have the interest factor. So whatever the stakeholders we have, we will be assessing whether they are having the high power or they having the low power. And also in the interest, we will be assessing that whether they have a low interest or the high interest. So now let us categorize the stakeholders that are into these categories and think that how we are going to tackle with them. So for those stakeholders which are having a low interest but the high power, I'm discussing about the low interest but high power. So these are the stakeholders which, if they start taking interest into our business, they would be poking into our business, they would be asking too many questions, and we will be answerable to them because they are having the high power. These can be the, I would say the governmental organization, the FIAs, or the cyber security organization related thing, or the income tax department. They have a high power, but they are having a low interest into our business right now because they are getting what they want. So we should keep them satisfied. If as far as they are satisfied, they would not be taking too much interest and they would not be creating too much problem for us. But once if they are not satisfied, they would be creating too much trouble for us. So the best strategy is that keep them satisfied, right? And for those stakeholders which have the low power and the low interest, what are those stakeholders? These are the stakeholders which are, maybe I would say, the retail investor who has a very minority shareholding in your company. These are the people who have very low interest into your company and also have the low power. So what you need to do, you need to do a very minimal effort to entertain them. Maybe you can just inform them that what is happening. You don't need to explain to them what is happening and why it is happening. Just inform them and it would be enough for them. And for those stakeholders, those having high interest but they do not have the high power, how we should tackle them? The best strategy to tackle them is that keep them informed and also tell them what is happening and why it is happening. Because I'm saying that in case if they get the high power somehow in future, they become the high power stakeholder, then they could create a problem for you. So that you need to maintain a good relationship with them as well, right? And last we have the stakeholder which have the high power and also the high interest. These are your key players. Who are they? They are basically your majority shareholders, right? They are your board of directors. They are your senior managers. These are the stakeholders which are the key players, and you should always keep them satisfied. Otherwise, you cannot survive. So in our peak scene, let's go and see what stakeholders we have and how should we deal them. Here we have a list of stakeholders somewhere in the pre-scene, and I believe I have also marked it as well. If anyone knows, yes, here it is. It is on the page number 8 if you guys also want to open it. So here we have the shareholder number 1, staff, that is for all the organization, customer, third party manufacturer, distributor, supplier, bank, trade union, new client, shoe association. So I want you guys to type in the chat that what are our key players among these all stakeholders. Guys, please fast. I need you guys to also participate so that I can feel that the session is useful for you guys because we have extended it. Guys, please tell me that what are the key players, and we have already discussed that how we are going to manage them. Let me highlight that our shareholders, they are the key players, our customers, the third party manufacturers, our distributor, I would say this trade union as well and the staff as well. These are the players which are having the high interest in our organization, and also they have the high power as well. So they are our key players. And if I think about the other category, those we are need to keep satisfied. They have the high interest, but high power, but they are having the low interest. Who are they? They are basically, I can say, the suppliers. They are having high power in, because they can, if they stop dealing with us, then we would be in a huge trouble. But right now they do not have that much interest in our operation, what we are doing. They are just concerned with their supplies they are making. So they are okay with it. And the banks as well, they are having high power in case, no, the bank would not fall in. But the Luke Land Shoe Association, yes, it has the high power because it is regulating the whole industry. And right now it does not have too much interest into our businesses, and it is good that it is not keeping it is not getting involved into our businesses. So we should keep them satisfied. We should not violate any of the regulation, so that they become interested to our organization and start doing scrutinizing us, right? And the other is that those having the low interest and the low power, right now, I feel like that the bank is in this position. Why? Because bank right now, we are not having any debt, the loan thing. But in exhibit, if we are given the information that we are going to apply for the loan, then the bank would have the high power because it would be imposing the covenants on us. And also, bank would have the high interest into our organization because we will be the one who will be paying them back. So bank will be concerned with our operations, right? So this is how you are going to categorize the stakeholders, and then you would be telling that what should be the treatment or how the company should manage them, right? So now let's move forward and see the what is next in our list. We have 6 I's of e-marketing, right? So for that also we have the list with us. We have also the notings and we can cover it quickly from there. 6 I's of e-marketing. Here it is. No one is keep informed. No, I do not think that there is any stakeholder which is in this category that we need to keep them informed, that those who are having high interest but the low power. But who knows that there would be some sort of, maybe you can say in the exhibit, you would be having some sort of information related to it and then you can comment on to it. So now let's move forward and have a discussion about the 6 I's of e-marketing. Why I'm saying this again, because we are going to move to the export sales to our website. So the marketing thing would be a area to focus that how we can improve. So for 6 I's of e-marketing, the number one thing we have the interactivity. This interactivity means that your website or your marketplace or your even the marketing strategy, it should be interactive with the customer. It should not be one-sided, right? How you can make it effective? You can make it interactive through your website. Whatever the marketing you are doing, you can make it through the in the form of link you are giving to the customer. And once the customer would be interacting with this link, it would be the customer would open the link. It is the interaction from that person. That person would land onto your website. And once the person would land onto your website, now your job is to hook the customer and make it buy something, right? So this is how the interaction would start. And then once you would start getting your customer come to your website, now what you will be doing, you would be asking them to provide their contact details, emails, in order to inform them about the future products or the future offers or the promotions, right? So through the emails on the or through the messages. And then what you can do, you can make the visitor buy your services. You can apply the pull strategy rather than the push strategy. The thing which we just discussed, that you can send them the link or the link of the website or the advertisement of the product, that this product is available now, and then they can come to your website and see it in detail. So this is some sort of pull strategy. Now you are pulling the customer rather than pushing the information to the customer in bulk. You can mention your price and the features or the specification of the product on your website. For shoes, you can put the information related to what are the raw material, what kind of leather it used in the shoes, from where it was sourced, how the shoe would look like from all the angles, and also you can use the technological aspect which has been discussed in the pre-scene in that interactivity things, right? Then you have the intelligence. What does this intelligence means? Intelligence means that once you have collected the data of the customer, now you need to do the marketing in an intelligent way. And how you would be doing? You would be doing that by analyzing the data of the customer, by analyzing the needs, the trends, or the preferences of the customer. And then you would be doing only targeted marketing to the customer. You would be doing the marketing to the customer that is relevant to them rather than doing the blanket marketing which may not be relevant to the most of the audience, right? So this is one way of the improving your marketing strategy. Then you have the individualization, that from on e-marketing you can interact or market with the customer on the individual basis. You can send them the offer or the promotion based on their individual sales or the purchases. On many websites, when you go and try to order something, it offers you that if you buy this thing with along with the other thing, then you would be getting this much discount. So this is the individualization offer. This is not the blanket offer that you would buy two things and you will get the third one free. You are making the product and the offers and the promotion related things related to the individual customer, and you are doing all the marketing activities based on the individual preferences and the activity or the past trend or the history. Then the integration. What is the integration? Means that you are now integrating the communication thing with your website or the marketing thing. Now you are integrating the communication with your marketing. You might have number of you can provide a number or your contact details through which you can interact with the I would say customer representatives or the support staff, which can guide you further about the product, which can because few customers they get satisfied when there is someone who gives them the comfort that this thing is looking very beautiful on you. This is something which is made for you. Until and unless these kind of things are said to the customer, that customer doesn't get satisfied. So for these kind of customer, what you can do, you can provide a contact detail or the button through which it can connect with the customer representative or the salesman, which can facilitate the customer further. Then you have the industry structure. So now e-marketing, what is happening in the e-marketing, that if you are going or adopting the electronic means of the marketing, it will have an impact that the need of the intermediary would be removed. Now you don't need any intermediary, you can reach to the customer directly. Maybe you don't need the distributor if you are having your own distribution channel. So now you can also remove the distributor as well. And the last is the independence of the location, that now you are not bounded by the geographical boundaries. Now you can have the reach to the whole world wherever your website is existing and wherever your website is operating. So this is the whole related to the e-marketing thing. There is an expected question that there is a scenario that would be asking you that how what would be the impacts on our marketing strategy if we are going to do the marketing through the electronic means. So you can apply this model and tell that these would be the changes or the impacts we need to consider while we are going to the e-marketing strategy. So is there any question related to the 6 I's of e-marketing? If yes, then please ask in the chat. Otherwise, we can move forward. I believe now we can move forward. Now we have the IT risk and controls related thing. So now let us discuss that what are the risks related to the IT. So for that, we first need to understand that when we talk about the IT, information technology, what does it consist of? It consists of two things. One is the hardware and the software. So for hardware, what are the risks we are facing? Number one, it would be damaged, it would be corrupted, it would be destroyed, it may cause fire, it may be there may be some sort of flood or some sort of disaster due to which the hardware is destroyed. So these are the risks related to hardware. But when it comes to the software or the cloud related thing, what could be the things which are at risk and what could be the risk? We have the application software, we have the storage devices on the cloud where we are storing our data, right? We have the website on which our product information is kept. We have the website on which the customer's sensitive data is kept, right? So these are the areas which are sensitive, and the risk is that there can be a cyber security attack, there can be a fraud or a scam through our website, there may be a leakage of the data through which our sensitive information may be lost or our customer sensitive information would be lost. And if it is lost, there would be a damage to our company, damage to our brand, and we may face the fine and the penalties, right? And why it is included in the list? Because we are informed in the pre-scene that we are having a strong legal regulation related to the customer data protection and the privacy, right? So there can be a question related to this as well. And when I go to the qualities of the good website, what are the qualities of the good website that we have also a list maintained here. We can go through it quickly and cover this topic as well. So the qualities of a good website here we have. Yes, here we have the qualities of a good website which we can suggest in the scenario as well, and also we can find the, I would say, deficiencies in a good website of a website which is currently used by the Danshoes, and we can then recommend the improvement points. What are they? The website should be easy to use and easy to navigate. Obviously, when you have easy and streamlined thing, the customer experience improves, and if it is complicated, the customer would obviously get I would say it would get bored or it would go away from the website. Then your website should be visually attractive, because what is pleasing to the eye, that is pleasing to your mind, and then it is sold, right? So the website should be visually attractive. Additional information feature, there should be a additional information feature to your product through which you are giving the additional information related to your product to your customer who are interested in buying them. It can be about the environmental impact, it can be about the sourcing of the raw material, it can be about the making or the production process of the product, right? It could be about that how much is the demand of the product, how many units have been sold in the last week, right? These kind of information which would be useful for the customer in assessing whether to buy this product or not. Your website should allow the user to interact with it. Your website should have all the options which we just discussed in the interactivity heading of the 6 eyes. It should have all these features in your website. Your website should be up to date. Your website should have all the information up to date, and most importantly, it should have the updated information of your inventory systems. And also it should engage and hook the customer towards the additional product. This is my favorite point, because the customer is coming to your website to buy one product, and it will buy the product. That is fine if you are able to realize the sale. But how about if you are successful in making the customer buy additional thing? This is the real win of your website, and the good website does this thing, that it attracts the customer towards the additional products. Then your website should be available all time 24/7. It should be secure because customer is sharing your its sensitive or the personal financial data. It should be multi-language because now you are going to the exports market and the overall world. It should be multi-language, multinational language, because in few countries or jurisdiction, the English is not a common medium of the communication. And that is why maybe your products are too good, your website is too good, but your customer is not able to understand it. So then it's of no use. Your website should have the ordering feature, search feature, FAQ option, and the contact details. So these are the features of a good website, right? Now, let us move forward towards the another topic, that is the non-executive director. For the non-executive director, why basically these directors are appointed and why we are discussing this thing related to our scenario. See, in our scenario, there were only 4 non-executive directors and our company was not listed. It was family-owned business. Obviously, the governance structure was not that effective. So in case the company is going to do the advancement in the technological area, right, it would need a fund. So maybe there would be a scenario that the company is going for the listing. And if the company is going to the listing, it would have to comply with the corporate governance rules. And when it would apply with the corporate governance rule, the first requirement would be to rectify the composition of the board. And when it comes to the rectification of the composition of the board, the non-executive director holds a very significant place. The non-executive director should be in the majority, right? And right now they are not in the majority. So this would be the deficiency or the improvement point which you can recommend, right? Also, why the non-executive director are necessary? Because they brings the outside and the fresh perspective or the overview, and also they have the vast experience of the industry, so they can better guide the board in making the strategies, and also they can do the independent assessment of the whole board performance and the company performance. So that is why the non-executive directors are very necessary. Next, we have the CSR. What does CSR means? The CSR is related to the corporate social responsibility strategy which the company should adopt. What does corporate social responsibility means? That the company is a corporate citizen, and being a citizen of the society, it also has some responsibilities or the obligation towards the society. It has to take care of the social and the environmental impact which it is having on the on its environment or its surrounding or its society, right? So what the company should be doing? Company should be maximizing the benefit it is giving to the society. It should be minimizing the harm it is providing to the society, and also it should maintain a balance between all the stakeholders. Now, when I say stakeholder, you should know that I am not discussing about the shareholders only, because that is what the message of the CSR is, that you should not only focusing to your shareholders. You should not only focusing on the profit and the growth and wealth of the shareholder. You should also focusing on the overall stakeholders and the society at large whenever you are making any strategy or taking any step, right? So the ecological aspect, the environmental footprint, the carbon emission, everything comes under the CSR when you are thinking about the society at whole, when you are making your strategies. Now we have the board and its committee. We have 4 committee of the board, and the lecture related to is also available to it. So the related question could be that what are the necessary changes which are required into the board of the Denshoes and the committees which are required to be made if the company is going to the listing? What should be the composition of the board, and what are the advantages or disadvantages or the function of the board committee? So I'm not putting time to discuss these things because they are already mentioned or discussed in the lecture which I have uploaded in the YouTube. So you can look at these and connect it to the pre-scene, that Right now, the company does not have any committee. So whatever you are discussing or whatever you have studied, this will be all applied on the scenario. Next, we have the risk register and Tara frame. In the pre-scene, we have given with the few risks, and there could be a requirement that you need to prepare a risk register related to them. So risk register is a document in which a company is maintaining their risk and their impact, their probability, the owner who is looking after the risk, and what is the strategy we are following to mitigate these risks, and what is the frequency of review or the revisit of the risk and its status. This is the concept of the risk register. And then we have the Tara framework. Tara framework is basically the strategy which we need to, which we adopt in order to deal with the risks which are faced by the organization. So if I go to pre-scene, we have the risk related to the company, and we can discuss that what strategy we can apply to them. In the risk area, let me remove it a bit, or we can manage it, right? So it has a risk related to supply chain disruption. This supply chain disruption, if the DT company does not continue the contract with us related to the supply chain, this is our risk. This is a major risk. What should we do? We should somehow avoid this risk because we do not want to take this risk. What we can do? We can sign the long-term contract, partnership contract with the DT distributor, or we can look for the alternative distributor which are as competent and as good as the DT competent. As per the Tara framework, we should avoid this. Then we have a potential economic downturn risk. This is a risk which we cannot work on because if there is a downturn in the economy, what we can do? As per the Tara framework, can we transfer this risk to someone else? No, there is no possibility. Can we avoid this risk? No. Can we reduce this risk? Yes, sir. Somehow I feel like that we can reduce this risk by adopting the good strategy. We can overcome this risk because the local economy is going down. We can look for the market development. We can target the other economies through which we can still maintain our revenues and profit and become a growing organization even if the local economy is going down. So this is how we can reduce our risk. Then we have the limited online offering. What should we do? We should again, since we are limited, we should reduce again this risk by increasing our online offering, by increasing our online strategy or making it better so that we can reach the foreign audience as well. Then we have the product quality issue. These product quality issues, they are coming in past few months due to the negligence on the part of our toll manufacturer. What we can do? We can either transfer this risk by having the insurance that whatever the product would be returned, we would get an insurance claim. Or maybe we can reduce this risk by signing a service level agreement with the toll manufacturer that if these kind of negligence are made, you would be, number one, we would not pay you. Number two, we would be imposing fines and the penalties on you because it is damaging our reputation, right? But so when you are making these kind of arrangement, then your toll manufacturer would become serious and start working in a better way, and then the product quality issue would reduce significantly. Then we have an environmental impact of the shoe industry and the customer reaction to it. This risk can be overcome or reduced, or we can avoid it. How we can avoid it? By making our operation ecological, sustainable, environmental friendly, and also we need to assess that what are the conditions of the laws and regulation in the total land where we are getting the toll manufacturing services, right? And based on this, if the laws and regulation are not good in this country, we can move our manufacturing from this country to another country where the laws and regulation are better, so that the customer would still prefer us and they value us for being the responsible citizen of the society. So this is how you can deal with the risk into using the Tara framework. Or there could be a question that would be given, the risk register would be given, and you would be asked to find the mistakes or the deficiencies into it and recommend the improvement point. So this can also, you can check from the lecture where it has been discussed. Now we have the few last topics left with us, and those are the last is software evaluation, selection, and implementation. Again, what I prefer is that how to deal with the economic downturn. Hunain, that is what I just discussed, that you cannot do anything about the economic downturn in your local industry. How you can reduce this risk, that you can do the market development. When you will be doing the market development, you can still since even if your local industry is going down or the local economy is going down, but you can do the market development, go to the other countries, do the exports, and still be the profitable organization, and you can overcome this risk. Correct? Or should we accept it? No, 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 we should not accept it. Why we are going to accept it? Are we going to put hand on hand and we will be waiting for the economy to get better? No, we are going to have a solution, that we will go to the export market, to the other countries, to the other market where our product has the demand. And also in the PC as well, it is mentioned that there is growing demand for the handcrafted shoes. Okay, you're welcome. For the software evaluation and selection, I would recommend, I would upload a lecture on it, which is a very detailed lecture on it. What type of scenario can be discussed or be asked in the case that we discuss, that we can discuss today? That there could be a technological project which the company would be adopting or implementing, and you would be asked to guide the directors or the procurement department related to the first evaluation, then selection and implementation of that technological software. And you would be following these steps and telling them that these should be the steps, and these are the considerations with the which the company should make while evaluating, selecting, and implementing the software. So this was all from our side for the revision. If you guys have any sort of question related to any of the thing which we have studied, or any of the other topic which we do not have covered here, which you think you need a clarity, you are most welcome to ask, and then we can call it a meeting and have a good night. Do we have any question? Yes, strategy for the next, considering the I have a triple A exam on Monday as well. So today is Friday, then you have I would say Saturday on Sunday, these 2 days you have, and you have exam on Monday, then you will be having the, let me just stop the recording and then we can discuss this thing.